I was a captive god for almost a decade. You'll have to bear with me while I tell you my story. So much of it is written from the hazy recollections of someone who was in captivity. Don't misunderstand. I wasn't abused in the traditional sense. I was well kept. I was well fed. And I really wanted for nothing except my freedom. It all started one day when I visited my new therapist. Dr. McAllister had been recommended by a friend of mine. He said that he was very good and that he had helped him get through a lot of the issues he had with his mother and discover some things about his sexuality. He put you under and put you in touch with your real self, and that was how he overcame a lot of your issues. It all sounded great to me. I'd been having these. I've been having trouble sleeping and was looking for some way to get the sleep I needed to function. My insomnia would sometimes last for days, and it was starting to affect my life. So I made an appointment, and 2 weeks later, I was lying on his couch, listening to Dr. McAllister count down from 10 as he put me in a suggestive trance. It was very sudden, like blinking, but everything changed after that trance. When I came out just as suddenly, Dr. McAllister looked strange, and I asked if something had happened. Hmm, let me think. Strange may not be descriptive enough. He looked somehow enraptured, enlightened, utterly worshipful. You, you spoke to me about things that you couldn't possibly have known. You talked to me about my childhood. You helped me get over the death of my mother. You helped me more in this hour-long session that I've ever helped anyone. I wasn't sure what he was talking about, but when he gripped my hand, his eyes shone with the light of a zealot. I need more. Please let me put you back under so I can discover more. I pulled away from him and took a huge step back. What the hell was he talking about? I had come here for help, but suddenly he wanted me to help him. I had to get out of here. I had to leave now. McAllister tried to stop me, but I was out of the door before he could say much more than stop. I didn't sleep well that night, either. And it became a real problem. Sometimes I would lay in my bed and swear I heard whispers, but I put it off as auditory hallucinations. I hadn't slept well for the past 3 weeks, and I knew it was starting to catch up to me. When I would force myself out of the house for work or to run errands, I could swear I felt someone watching me. What's more, I could swear I'd catch glimpses of someone out of the corner of my eye. But they would always be gone when I turned to look at them. It never happened in my house, always when I was out and about, and the paranoia on top of the sleep deprivation was slowly eroding my sanity. So, when I heard someone open a window in my living room one night, I rolled over and just thought it was me having paranoid hallucinations. Turns out, it hadn't been hallucinations. When I heard someone open my bedroom door, I rolled over and found Dr. McAllister standing there watching me. He looked like he hadn't been sleeping well either, and his eyes looked crazed as we stood looking at each other. I wasn't sure if he was real or not, but when he lunged at me, I curled into a ball and cried out for him to stop. He didn't attack me though. Didn't hurt me at all. Though I now wish he had killed me right there. Instead, he just slipped a needle into my arm. And as I watched his thumb push down the plunger, I felt waves of warm and inviting sleep roll through me. I woke up in a finished basement, the lights turned down low, strapped to a chair as Dr. McAllister made sure my bindings were comfortable. I struggled, my limbs heavy and uncoordinated. But he held up a fresh needle and told me that if I didn't calm down, he was going to put me out again. I made myself as still as possible, not sure what I could expect here. This didn't seem to be a sexual thing. I was fully dressed, and the way he was tending to me almost felt worshipful. I didn't want it to come to this, but I can't live without the knowledge you possess. I know you don't believe what I'm saying. I know. But while you were unconscious, you told me about things that may very well change my life. You spoke to me of things that opened my eyes, ideas I had never even conceived of. And the longer I went without hearing your voice again, the more I felt my newfound serenity crumbling. I'm sorry. I'm not usually like this, but I had to possess you, to have your knowledge, and to understand the words. I can promise you that while you remain with me, you will want for nothing. You are, to me, as a captured God that I wish to understand. We talked a lot that night, though I mostly yelled at him to let me go. But in the end, he just injected me with something to knock me out, and I drifted off into a peaceful unconsciousness. And that was how I became Dr. McAllister's captive God.